what some of my favorite shoot 'em ups are. I actually went live this morning, kind of going through my PlayStation 1 collection. And during that live, I got a lot of questions about the Dreamcast and things like that. So, I figured I'd come back, do another quick live again, just to kind of talk a little bit about some of the shoot 'em ups that I have, some of my favorite shoot 'em ups in the collection that I just think are pretty standout titles. So, hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Mother's Day. Hopefully, you guys all enjoyed the weather. We had some pretty good weather um, today. So, definitely, it was a perfect day to kind of get out there, spend some time with the fam. No game hunting this weekend at all for me. I did zero game hunting. But we're going to give it a quick minute and let just a couple more people jump in the room here. Typically, these lives have been averaging around 25 to 30 viewers. So just trying to get used to going live. Going live isn't something that you kind of get used to right away. I think going live definitely takes some time to kind of get used to that. And then also, just I'm putting together a little bit of a setup to be able to stream whenever I do go live. So, yeah. Zoe, what's going on, man? How goes it? Happy Mother's Day to you guys and gals. Hopefully, y'all are enjoying the day. Yep. Just letting a few more folks jump up in the room here. Not doing a long live right now. Getting ready to wrap the day up. I went live this morning and I showed my entire PlayStation 1 collection. That live is actually still up on my channel. So if you guys want to go back and check that out, you can. Mun, Prince, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining the live again. You were in the live this morning. You're back. Appreciate it. Elma Ochavillo. What's going on? How's it going? How you doing? Hopefully y'all had a good Mother's Day. For sure. Where's everybody coming from? Zoe, Elma, where are you coming from? Let me know where you guys are jumping in from. I'm interested to know. It's always interesting to see where everyone's coming in from. I'm here on the East Coast, so the sun literally just set. That cool evening breeze is setting in. Yeah, happy Mother's Day, Zoe. Yo, Z0N1. What's going on, man? Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, let me know where you guys are hailing from. Adriano. Just added Rad to the collection myself. That's what's up, man. Rad is no slouch. Yeah, what is everyone adding to their collection this week? I'm interested to know. What games have you guys added? Hey, Misery Loves Company, coming from Michigan. What's up? Idaho, dang. So interesting story. When I was in back when I was in undergrad, I had a friend whose one of their best friends was a doctor, and he had a little Cessna plane, and he actually let me fly this like 2-engine Cessna. It was like a little like 4-seater plane from Missouri over to Idaho. So super cool experience. Never forget it. Yeah, let me know where you guys are hailing from. I got a complete copy of Under the Skin on PS2 recently. So for those of you who don't know or never heard Under the Skin, this is Under the Skin on PlayStation 2. Awesome game. Hey, let me know how it is. My copy is actually still sealed. I've never broken the seal. Let me see. Can I pull this copy out? Let me see if I can get in here. Yeah, I can. So Under the Skin, very interesting game. Let me know how it plays for you. I still haven't broken the seal on mine. This is one of the few sealed PlayStation 2 games that I still have in the collection. So congrats to you for getting that game. Games like Under the Skin. So there's a game that reminds me of Under the Skin. It's actually this game down here Graffiti Kingdom. Don't know if you guys have ever heard of that one, but that's a pretty cool one. I got a few people from Cali in the house. Samuel Brio, hey, what's going on, man? We got Sonoma County. So California's got to look amazing right now. I used to live in California. I used to live in Southern California. It must be beautiful right now, especially this time of the day. Let me see. It's probably six o'clock over there. So the sun is just starting to set. It's probably nice and breezy. Yeah, for sure. Um, Ryan Caban in Connecticut. Yeah, man. So it's dark by you. Oh, you just got a copy of F-Zero? Nice. Nice. That's what's up. Mun Prince just got a copy of Bouncer and Manhunt for the PS2. So Bouncer, I think I do have. There goes my copy of the Bouncer. Manhunt, I do not have. So Manhunt is one that I still got to get to for sure. Any interest in Japanese PS2 games? So I do have some interest in a few Japanese PS2 games. I do have some interest. There's a couple that I want to kind of get to. I gotta look into it a little bit more. I also have to get a console to be able to play it. Ghost Rider. Okay, that's what's up. Got a copy of Ghost Rider. Yeah, so my plan was to play some Sega Genesis with you guys tonight, but my camera holder for some reason is like the deal that I use to hold my phone, it's not working. I think I need to charge it. So I'll probably do a stream probably tomorrow night where I play some Sega Genesis games. That's what probably what I'll do. Reggie man, I see Y2K live, I click. That's what's up, man. Like I appreciate it. Going live is tough. Everyone does their live different. Some people stream games while they go live. They do a bunch of different things. My lives aren't really usually that long. They're usually like under like 30 minutes unless I'm doing like a collection review. But sometimes I hop on live just to hop on live. Sometimes it's cool to kind of just touch base with the community and followers of the channel. I don't always get a chance to reply to all the comments, so it's always cool to jump in. Dragonfly says, hello, what's going on, man? Sunset Liquid, are you still gonna try to get the Neo Geo Collection games for the Switch since they released Blazing Star and Last Resort? So, interestingly enough, I have Blazing Star and Last Resort on the Switch, but it's the download version. Are you saying that there's a physical version of Blazing Star for the Switch? Is that what you're telling me? Don't get my hopes up like that, because if that's what you're telling me, I'll be very excited, and then I'll need you to tell me where I can go get that, because I need that. Ryan G says, grab Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, 83 bucks. Don't know how I feel about it. I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know about that Tony Hawk game, man. I don't know how to feel about it either. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Yes, it's part of the collection. No, so I need to go get that. I'm gonna have to look that up once I jump off this live. I'm gonna have to see if I can go find that somewhere for sure. Yeah, for sure. All right, so the main reason why I kind of wanted to go through this live was because this morning when I did the live, we were talking about PlayStation games, and I started talking about some of my favorite shoot 'em ups in that live. I was talking about some of the shoot 'em ups that I have in my collection, like Ray Storm and Ray Crisis. But at a quick glance, and I'm gonna do like a full like live on this, or maybe I'll do a video on this, but I kind of just wanted to talk to you guys about some of my favorite shoot 'em ups in my collection. So I do have like Last Resort, the actual game on the Neo Geo, but it's not my favorite shoot 'em up, to be quite honest with you. My favorite shoot 'em up is Hyper Duel. So this is probably my favorite one of all time. A couple of other top faves under there are going to be Lords of Thunder. Is going to be another shoot 'em up that I really love. Android Assault, Bari Arm, The Revenge of Bari Arm is definitely up there in terms of shooters. Definitely one of my favorite shooters. So we got a couple on the Sega Saturn, a couple on the Sega CD. When it comes to Dreamcast, my favorite shoot 'em up on the Dreamcast is going to be this bad boy right here. So Mars Matrix, if you've never heard of that, gotta check that out. By the way, Batsugun, I think Limited Run just stopped their pre-orders for Batsugun. There's a version of so Batsugun is coming out on the Switch. I think it's already been released through PlayAsia, but there's a English translation that's going to be coming to the Switch of Batsugun. This is a really cool throwback arcade shooter. Radiant Silvergun is up there for me too. I'm a huge fan of Radiant Silvergun. But then also, where is it at? I'm looking for it. So they released Batsugun, and then they're also releasing, where is it? So Assault Suit Lanos 2 as well. So Assault Suit Lanos 2 and Batsugun recently got releases on the Nintendo Switch. And I think that's why a lot of people are kind of like stepping back from the Saturn. But yeah, those are two of my faves right there for sure. On the GameCube, Chaos Field is a sleeper. Don't sleep on that. I'm a huge fan of Ikaruga, of course. That's definitely in my top, one of my tops for sure. Then on the, and I'm only going to look at what I have here. I think in another live, I'll probably go through like my favorite shooters on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. But there's actually a really cool shooter on the 3DS. If you don't know about it, but it's called Nano Assault. Where's it at? I know I have it in here somewhere. But Nano Assault is definitely a top shooter, in my opinion. They actually have a DS version of Bangai-O. I recommend that if you're into that type of game. And then there's a few others like Nano Stray and Nano Stray 2. Those are some of the shooters that I really enjoy on the collection. But there's a lot, man. There's just a lot of just like really interesting shoot 'em up games that I enjoy in the collection. Let me see. I've got some comments down here. Let me see if I can see these. Let's see. Yes, it's part of the collection. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Sunset Liquid. Have you heard of the last story for the Wii? I have not. I have a really small Wii collection. I would say probably the most interesting game in my Wii collection is Pandora's Tower. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that one, but that one's pretty cool. Muramasa the Demon Blade is also pretty cool. There's a version of Muramasa, I think, for the Vita. This one's pretty interesting. Castle of Shikigami 3 is also another shooter that I have on the Wii. And I would say, obviously, Dragon Ball's Revenge is an interesting one. But one of the most interesting ones is this Data East Arcade Classics collection. If you guys have never heard of this is one that I really recommend you guys taking a look at. There's a bunch of just really dope arcade games that I think were only released in the arcades on this. And they're very interesting to play. If you've never heard of this on the Wii, I really like this because you can use the GameCube controller on this. But there's some really interesting beat 'em up games on here, some puzzle games. Yeah, so I have not heard of the last story for the Wii, but I do have some very different Wii games here. Let's see. Y2K, I know you're mostly a console-based gamer, but have you taken any interest in PC gaming, especially since a lot prefer PC for streaming and customization for parts like graphics cards? So honestly, I first started gaming on a PC. Like, I never really had a console until I was maybe 15 or so. So I was playing games like Tomb Raider on PC. I played like Earthworm Jim on PC. I remember MotoGP, I played that. Need for Speed 3 on PC. Hexen. A lot of people forgot about Hexen, that first person like demon game or whatever. It was almost like the witchcraft version of Doom, but I played Hexen on the PC. So there's a lot of games that I played on PC first starting out, and then I wound up, I never really got a console until I was older, and like my own console. We had consoles in the house, but they weren't mine. They were my brother's consoles, so I was pretty much regulated to him. Like when he decided I could play, that was when I played. But I did a lot of PC gaming. I think it's cool, you know. I'm looking for a really simple streaming setup. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that with like my CRT TV. But I'm sure there's a bunch of devices and stuff I could buy for it. But for now, I'm gonna just go the very like old school generic route and probably just point a camera at the screen and play. But we'll see what I can do. Are you gonna get the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 this week? I can't wait to play Power Stone 2 and Project Justice. Yeah, I am gonna get that this week. I will be getting that. I really want that Capcom collection. Zeke Perez. Hey, what's going on, Zeke? Hey, do you have Pokemon Sun Ultra? I don't. The only Pokemon games that I have in my collection, and I'll take you guys over here so you guys can take a look. In my collection here, the only Pokemon game I have So I have Pokemon Gold. I have Pokemon Yellow. I have Pokemon Blue. I know, like, you guys are gonna kill me with how I have my Game Boy games just out here all loose and stuff. Where's the other Pokemon game that I have? Oh, I have Pokemon Emerald right here. And Pokemon Red. Now, interesting story with almost all of these Pokemon games. So I got Pokemon Red. I got Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Gold. I got all of these from GameStop, and they're all authentic, ironically enough. 3 of these games I got during their buy two get one, and you guys are gonna laugh. I was gonna save this for the video that I'm coming out with this week, but I actually picked up a copy of Pokemon Silver on GameStop's website like yesterday. I couldn't believe it. So when that comes, I'll do a video on that to show you guys what that looks like, just like so you can see it. I'm doubting that it'll be real. It may not even be real. But if it is real, I guess you guys will see and find out. But yeah, GameStop is like selling like Pokemon games. It's like, it's funny. But yeah, so I do have some Pokemon games. I've got some Neo Geo Pocket games, Bust a Move Pocket, Metal Slug in here. I've got a couple of a pretty cool assortment of handheld games. This is probably one of the more interesting ones. Hamtaro Ham Heartbreak. Anyone ever play this game? Yeah, this is an interesting one. Let me get back to the comments. Nano Assault is fire. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. Sin and Punishment on Wii is pretty good. I haven't heard of that one, but I'll check it out. Do you have Paper Mario Color Splash on Wii? I do have that on Wii. Do you have Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra on the DS? I do not have that. I remember that one. I went to do some 4 for 40 pickups, and when I asked if what I wanted had manuals, the guy told me his manager throws away all the manuals for PS3. Stupid. And Xbox 360 game. I was so confused. Like, why? Yeah, you have some managers at GameStop that are just stupid, bro. Like, I just don't get it. Some of them just make up their own rules as they go. Some of them, like, I don't even know, man. Like, I just don't get it. Get Sin and Punishment on the Wii. Yeah, I'll check that one out for sure. Anyone here played Killer 7? I actually almost traded for that game, Killer 7, until I realized it was a first-person shooter, and I was like, that's some loud crunch cartridge sounds. Yeah, it gets pretty loud. Video game Greek. Love your curated collection. Can we see an overview shot of your game game room? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, it's nothing super crazy in here. As you can see, you've got the screens over here. That's the shelving. You know, with all of some of the retro stuff. I got the Vita shelf. I've got my lenses and stuff. Got some Switch, PS4 stuff, some more stuff down there. Then you've got like the NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, N64 stuff down there. Then you've got some more like consoles down over there. More consoles underneath there. I got to pick up that Sega CD controller off the floor. And then here goes the wall, the towering wall of games, man. So my room isn't like it's not super crazy or anything. It's just, it's curated. Like you said, it's for me. I don't have like thousands of games. I have probably 1,000 games, but they're games that matter to me. Fighting games, yeah. Hope you have a GameCube Game Boy player. You know what? It's funny you say that. I sure do. And it's right there. Game Boy player. I got to dust that off. But there goes my Game Boy player. I do have one of those. Lots of fake Pokemon cartridges out there. Yeah, Skur DX, what's going on? Glad to see you in here. You comment on a lot of my videos, and it's good to see you in here. But yes, there are a lot of fake Pokemon games. So this Pokemon, where is it at? I just had it. So the Pokemon Emerald that I picked up, I did verify, made sure that it was good. I usually check them all. I open them all up. Unprints. I've only heard of it as It's the Vibe, Killer is Dead. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting looking game. And do you also have an old Lego Batman game? I wanted that on Xbox. I don't have a Lego Batman game. Have you noticed any of your shelves start to bow from the weight of the games being on the shelves year round? I have not. Have you played Bloody Roar? So I actually had all the Bloody Roar games that came out on the PlayStation 1 traded them away. One of my biggest regrets. I regret trading my Bloody Roar games away. I had Bloody Roar 1 and 2. I had Taifu. I had Ninja. I had so many of those like mid-tier PlayStation 1 games that I traded away. It sucks. I'm gonna get them all back. But yeah, guys, look, I'm gonna jet. I appreciate you all jumping in this live with me. It's a really short one. It's only 20 minutes. I was live this morning. I will be back tomorrow with another video. Once that Pokemon Silver comes in, I'm gonna show you guys. Hopefully it's real. And if it's real, then we can rejoice together. But until then, happy Mother's Day. Hopefully you all had a great day, and I will catch you in the next one. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.